I'm André, and he's André, but we have a different surname, of course. So our talk is about, our presentation is about building a decentralized application. And our main goal as someone that recently enters, or our journey is to actually build a decentralized application. So this presentation is mostly about getting you to know what we are doing. In Monday, a lot of people wrote about Kipster in those stickers, sticky labels, whatever. But that's what we are trying to present to you. Bear in mind that everything that you will be viewing in these slides are pretty fresh and recent, and it's just a few days of work. So, in fact, this presentation was made like 10 minutes ago. So, we are trying to build Kipster. At least we started that way. And it can be summarized in two taglines. The first one is an open and connected data structure of knowledge that can be visualized and edited in a decentralized fashion. And the other tagline is an hackable knowledge base for the decentralized web. So there's a lot of concepts here, but essentially is a network or a tree of documents. Each document has a lot of text, might be text, images, videos, and all of that, and they are always organized in a tree way, okay? And everything can be shared, everything can be collaborative, and it has a lot of features on top of that foundation. So next I will be showing some like mock-ups, or not mock-ups, it's like a demo.
Just the initial concept.
Yeah.
Here we can see that the visual applied to the platform, it has a really simple look and feel, where the user almost recognizes the platform as having not a brand inside it. So I'm going to start here the video. When the user is currently on a page, it will start editing all of the fields with the possibility to add a title, description, or any block that it could enter on the page itself. It has a lot of features that we thought about it on the beginning. Some of them will be turned down because we are still looking for the better approach and learn a bit more of the decentralized applications.
Yeah. So essentially, on the left, you'll see like your user organization, like how you organize your knowledge base. And you can actually create new documents, invite people, and you can also synchronize from other people. So let's say that André Sousa here has his knowledge base, and I'm interested in something particular, like his video or video editing tutorials, for instance. I can synchronize from that node of his, and I will be able to see everything from that node and changes over time automatically based on the peer CRDTs and on top of IPFS and all of that. You want us to repeat the video just to let us know a little bit better, or maybe that off time, maybe.
Repeat the video?
Can you play it, and I will explain the next slide. So the data model here is basically a tree of nodes. Everything is a node, and each node is no less important than others. For instance, every user starts as a root node of type user, and then you can associate child nodes from that node, like a page or something else. And each page, for instance, has new elements, like an heading or a text or a video or an image, and by doing that, you form the document that way, by a tree. And then each node might, besides the type, might have a trait, one or more traits. What is a trait? A trait is basically a behavior that it exposes to the outside. For instance, a node might expose a trait called navigation. so that he exposes information for the application to build the navigation on the left side that you just saw. Another trait is, for instance, the display trait, which is a trait that elements can expose to render themselves on the page. Another trait that is very interesting is the text trait that allows you to not display, but like extract what the node means in terms of text. So, for instance, a node of type image might like export an ASCII image or something like that, or even like use artificial intelligence to get elements from the image and expose those elements to outside as a text, or image recognition. And when I initially said that this is an hackable knowledge base, is because each node type is associated to a plugin. So each plugin has the role and the ability to treat that node the way it wants to. Of course, the application will have built-in types, just like the ones that I said, like page and a title and an image. But it's hackable because you can have new types along the way. Some types may even be overridden by your plugin. For instance, you have an image that somewhat want to be represented differently, you can do so. And all of this data model is collaborative. That's the goal. Then we got this philosophy that I think we should make an effort to accomplish, which is the basic functionality must be supported first by the local device. This allows us to be on offline first an application, for instance, because everything, we make an effort to have everything offline. And only then we go to the decentralized way of doing things. And the next slide led us to the second part, which is first or secondly, we go into the decentralized service, and only then we make things centralized. For instance, if we want to do something like push notifications, nowadays we still have, correct me if I'm wrong, but we still have to do that as a centralized or by doing via a centralized service. And even then, and that's the next slide, the centralized way should be open, should be something that you could run yourself, like via Docker container or something like that, and you put that somewhere running, and that means that you can host it yourself. But there's also opportunity for people to explore the managed side of things, so that users may pay something for a service to be running, and I don't care the way it runs, basically. So to build Kipster, of course, we need a lot of capabilities and features, such as identity, ACL permissions, web annotations, CRDTs, IPFS, PLD, and all of that stuff. And it also means that this application, as a fully featured application, is very complex. It's a fully fledged product with a lot of features, and I think that we are not quite ready yet to do that in terms of ourselves at the moment. It still requires a lot of capabilities that are being thought out and developed at the moment. So to have something ready, like in the next couple of weeks and months, we decided to go another route. So instead of going to actually develop Kipster, we decided to develop something simpler that could serve as a basis in terms of data model and features, but simpler. So Joan Bennett came with this idea, which is quite good, which is basically an application that you take a link and you can discuss on that. Simply as that. I can show you. We can show you some wireframes. But that's the essence of it, and we can show you so you get a feeling of how it looks like.
Okay, this is just a simple journey that we started working yesterday. And we can see here that we can place a URL to start a new discussion. Let's suppose that we are logged in already and the ACL is already solved. So I'm going to paste here something, generate a new discussion, and then I need to identify the discussion itself. So with this in mind, I prepared this screen when we can have like a title, add some text to that URL, and then a possibility to add an image or not, and then in the last field, just initiate the comment with the first discussion. So here I'm talking about Google and digital capitalism. I'm going to insert my comment, and then this is how the page will look like. And let's suppose that I'm Lawrence here, and then like some time has passed, and then there are the other comments and the replies. This is the current look and feel that I am applying, but this is just a wireframe for now.
Yeah, this was just made like yesterday. Can you pass the next slide? In terms of goals of this application, of this new application, in a summary is to discuss on a URI. Discussions happens via comments, which in turn generate threads of comments. It should feel real time, like I could see new comments popping out, comments being edited, not in a real time like seeing every char being typed, but like just real time in the sense that once you publish, you see it right away. Obviously, there will be ways to prevent people from editing, like heuristics, like edit for the first 5 minutes, something like that. Then you can't edit. It should feel real time. Like I said, users may subscribe to discussions. Once you comment, obviously you are automatically subscribed to the discussion, but you might opt in to subscribe and opt out to subscribe as well. There's also the goal to be able to create private discussions. So there's a public and a private thread of discussions or comments, and I must be able to share a link that I can or bring people to discuss something in a private way, fully encrypted, of course. We should be able to deliver notifications to users based on the discussions they are subscribed to, like saying, hey, there's a new comment, or there's a summary of this thread that has 5 new comments or whatever. And the application should work well offline, because that's one of our goals. The local device should work well as a first citizen. And I think that's all we have for you.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's our journey so far. Thank you.
Thank you.